Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the super free-to-play adventure. And last episode was pretty fun. We got some good reception. I forgot to show you guys how many gems I got after the first episode. Take a look here. We got 121 rainbow gems. Not too bad. We are in a dead period of the game. There's no anniversary or New Year's. Free gems, no social media gems. So a pretty solid start. We are going to be using these in our video today. We are going to be buying the best beginner ship, being the Ho. Now, as you can see, our power level is very low, and a lot of content in this game is locked behind pirate level goals or pirate level barriers. So, treasure map is live right now. I did make a video on that. If you haven't seen that, check that video out. It's gonna be in the description and the pinned comment. But treasure map requires us to be at level 80 or above. Now, it's not too hard. The growth rate in terms of how much pirate XP you need per clearing quest to actually level up at this early level is really low. And there are a lot of Chopperman missions here in the rookie missions that are going to actually give you like a lot of pirate XP for clearing them. So once those start appearing, we are going to be leveling up a lot. The goal is to get to pirate level 1 or 50, because then we can unlock the unlockable quests, and that will allow us to get the ship that we want for 30 rainbow gems. Okay, so a few things. Last episode we did go through the straw hats. We got the free straw hat crew legend, not legend, but free to play team. Now you might notice, why do we have Luffy 5 plus and his 5-star form? It's pretty solid that they give us 2 copies, because these two are counted as separate units, and they both boosted characters for treasure map, so we can actually use them on 2 separate teams. But now that I think about it, that's still irrelevant, because we are in the East Blue League, where you can use the same character twice. But regardless of that, one thing I like about the 5-star Luffy is that his special is actually very different from the 5 plus form. Now in treasure map a lot, on my main account, I've actually wanted to use this Luffy in his 5-star form, but I literally can't get his 5-star form again. His special is great because it wave clears and gives a 310 attack boost. So on like treasure map stage 2, you can use his special. He wave clears the weak mobs, and then he carries over an attack boost into the final stage. He doesn't have this effect in his 5 plus form. He's a lot stronger in his 5 plus form, but he's not as efficient when it comes to his special. So I'm actually glad that they gave us 2 copies. I will save that 5-star form. I also recommend you do. The counterpart is this Zoro character who also wave clears and then gives an orb boost for 3 turns. So I do definitely recommend keep the 5-star form if you are starting off the game. I definitely regret not doing that. But regardless, we do have the entire team here, and I did make a few compositions using these captains, because most of them are actually 2.5x, which is perfect for our needs. So the first team here is cerebral based. Okay, take away law. But this is the team. We don't even have enough crew members to fill up the entire team. Oh, it's cerebral based, 2.25x attack, which is bad, but we do have 1.2x HP. Then we have slasher team. We are running the Higuma Bandit from the tutorial, as well as Brook. It's a flat 2.5x, no HP. And then of course this is going to be our best team. It's a 2.5x flat, but we actually have enough subs to fill out the entire team. We have Luffy who's giving us an orb boost. We have our Robin and Nami giving us orbs, matching orbs, as well as utility. Then we have Sanji giving us our chain lock, and then Brook for his ability to reduce enemy defensive effects. Brook is also great for wave clearing weak mobs to make the quest go a lot faster. Now, as a new player, we're not going to be focusing too much on wave clear and speed running the game. We're just trying to get by, especially with our cap of a 2.5x attack boosting captain. It's definitely going to be tough. So yeah, it's definitely going to be slow at the start. And when I was actually looking at these characters' captain effects, I saw this Brook. I was like, okay, I think we can actually abuse this and maybe do a zombie team in one of the future episodes using this Brook. If you don't know, Brook is a kind of captain that allows you to actually tank the enemy, tank a huge hit from the enemy. You'll survive at 1 HP. but it doesn't require you to be above a certain amount of HP. So how these teams work is you use a ship that is going to reduce your HP to a very low amount. Now, usually HP in one passenger cruise is like 50,000, 100,000. But if you use these specific ships, it allows you to get like only 1,000 HP. That allows you to stay at 100% health every single turn. And then when the enemy attacks you, this effect activates and you survive with 1 HP. And then auto heal, which is one of the socket abilities, gets you back to 100% HP. And then you can basically have infinite stall. Now, there is a ways around it, like the enemy can still use a special to kill you. But if they're just attacking normally, which a lot of the older content in the game, which we will be doing with our very low captain ability requirements, then we can actually use zombie teams because they don't have a lot. There's not a lot to old bosses. They just kind of are huge HP, huge attack, go unga bunga. In which case, Brook zombie team might actually work. But another option is this lore that we just got. I got them from logging in at news time yesterday. And he's a great captain. He's 2.25x, but he boosts your resources gained, the berries and pirate XP. Now remember that Luffy that I got also does that, but I can't use him as a captain. He's too strong. So this is actually my only option right now if I want to get buffed resources every single run. He is a universal captain, meaning he boosts every single unit in the game, which is great. And honestly, that is what we need for our very difficult situation now. We can only use very weak captains. So I'm going to use Chopper there. The smart decision would just be to run all these new strats since they are the best utility units. I will run Nami and Robin. Just them alone is going to be a huge help. And then I'm actually going to run Story Luffy and Story Beckman because why the hell not? We do have a very weak ship. And I should probably level up my units before we get straight into the quests. But first I want to explain what I am going to be doing in this video because there's not a lot that you can do at this stage. Of course, I said we are going to be leveling up our pirate level. But also the rookie missions, intermediate missions, I want to get these done. Because at the end of the last video, I told you guys the thing that we need to do to unlock 3x attack boosting captains is going to be clearing the Master Chopperman missions. That's going to take quite a while, but honestly, these are very easy missions. A lot of it is grunt work. I'll do a lot of it off camera, which is just farming one quest to level up my account and get resources. Of course, we'll be showing you which quest that is. It's going to be this Golden Pound Usopp. I've talked about this quest in multiple videos before. It's still an amazing quest. Although, if I'm being honest, it's even better than it was before. Because with the introduction of the new ship modification, where you need a huge amount of regular cola, then this quest is even better because Golden Pound Usopp is the only one of these characters in this section, the rookie character recruitment quests, who is able to be sold for 10 Rayleigh points. I remember Rayleigh points are the currency that you can use in the bazaar here. And you can see I already have quite a few Rayleigh points because I sold all the units I got from the free multi, which is a great help. But if you scroll all the way down here, we can buy cola, 50 cola for 500 Rayleigh points. That is 50 copies of Golden Pound Usopp, which seems like a lot, but once you farm a lot of these copies, you really start seeing a lot of cola from doing that quest. So that's generally the only free-to-play way of getting cola or farming cola besides Pirate King Adventures. Pirate King Adventures takes a long time though, and the best thing about this quest is that you also get Heim Turtles, which are the best way to level up your units in the game. They give you a huge amount of XP for every single Heim you get. And not only that, but I told you earlier I will be farming a quest to complete the Master Chopperman missions. And that's because you get a lot of guaranteed copies of Golden Pound Usopp. And leveling him up is actually going to contribute greatly to clearing the Chopperman mission. So overall, just a great quest. If you even want to, you can sell the Heims and get berries as well. I wouldn't recommend doing that. It's definitely not worth it. But it is a great option if you are very low on berries. But honestly, I'd rather farm this Golden Cave quest. But honestly, at this stage, I don't think I can even clear this quest. The only thing I think I can clear is going to be these rookie character recruitment quests. Now, I told you guys before, treasure map is live right now, and I'm a bit sad. The boosted list for treasure map has gotten a lot smaller. They used to actually give one or two of these characters here a boosted character, or they made them one or two of these characters a boosted unit. They stopped doing that. It was really great because these are very easy characters to get. Besides the free-to-play Straw team, there's basically none of the boosted lists that new players can get, which is a bit frustrating, unless they pull for the new characters, obviously. But really, the only option right now is using these characters here, the Straw Hats, against the East Blue League, which is still very easy. As I said, we can use one team against everything in the East Blue League. So we can just run a full team of these guys and then go through the content. I remember I did say we can't use stronger captains, so it is going to be a bit tougher than usual. But we will get into that a bit later on. But for now, I'm going to actually go and see which is going to be the best quest here that's going to help our account. I'm not looking for Golden Pound Usopp. He's a great unit, but he's not exactly the best captain. So I'm actually going to see if there's anyone here who's going to be great for my account in particular. So yesterday I was discussing how cooldown works and how every turn your special gets closer to being ready to be used. And I talked about units that have captain abilities that are going to actually make it a lot faster. This character is a great example of this. She's a 2.25x to fighter characters, but then she also is going to reduce their special charge time by 1 turn at the start of the quest. That just means that your specials are going to take 1 less turn to be ready. And this is a great effect that most good captain abilities should be having. A lot of good characters nowadays have really huge attack multipliers and very good captain abilities, but they lack any cooldown in their captain ability. They don't reduce anything, and that just makes them a lot less usable in content because of how slow they are. So for some units, it is a make or break. Usually, if they have 1 turn of cooldown, then that is sufficient, and that's a good character. But if they have -2 cooldown, then they are a really good character because they can be used in speed farming content a lot more. She also has a special that helps it. She reduces special charge time by 2 turns for only your top row characters, so that's your captains, and then gives you an attack boost of 1.5x. So she's a great example of a unit that is really good for speed farming. She reduces cooldown in her captain and in her special, but just a great example. You want to be looking for legends that are going to give you a lot of cooldown. A great example is that blue quick legend carrot that I talked about in the previous video. I said she's also a great option if you are starting with your account. Yeah, she is. She does super evolve into a 6+ form, but even her 6-star form is good enough as a new player. Besides giving a lot of cooldown in her special and her captain ability, she also has a great ability in a captain that allows you to completely ignore enemy defensive effects. So that is extremely helpful when you are team building. Just being able to ignore enemy buffs. It's ridiculous. I always use this character even though she's so old. As you can see, her special reduces cooldown by 2 turns for those classes. A lot of classes, by the way. And she also gives 2 turns at the start of the quest. Just an excellent character overall. She did become a lot less restrictive in the units that she boosts when she super evolves, but once again, you can still use it in a 6-star form if you are a new player. Anyways, that's enough rambling. I'm gonna get these 1 gem quests finished, and then I'm gonna get to farming some of these rookie character recruitment quests. A lot of great characters here, especially for my circumstances. Also, I forgot to mention, this is quite a big deal, but I did do a similar series like this in the past, and what I did say was I am not allowed to use any friend captains in this game. But I mean, okay, so I can still use a friend captain, but it has to be my own character. I can't go and use this Whitebeard because that is a legend. But that's not the main thing. The issue is that I'm relying on someone else to clear the quest. So I'm only allowed to use characters that I do have. As you can see here, it says support captain here. That just means that it is one of my captains that I'm running right now. And it's just mirroring, that's a hard word to say. It's just duplicating the character that I already have. So these are fine to use. But any, like, other people, it has to be a bot. I can't use a real person as my friend captain. That's all I'm saying. So I'm only going to be running double law for these quests. I must say that was actually quite difficult. That is literally the easiest quest in the game, but I still struggled a bit. I did quite, I did perfects on all my units. It's crazy. Even though this quest gives like no pirate XP, we're still leveling up quite a bit thanks to how low of a level we are. Level 8, we almost at our first milestone. Level 10, pirate level 10 is crazy. Friend points, I forgot about this. I forgot about friend points, bro. This is a very important system that will help us immensely. Friend points, friend points, friend points. Okay, so if you go to your Sugarfish Tavern, okay, I don't like being here. But you can pull story mode characters. You can also pull the units that you can get from the rookie character recruitment quests. Now, I do feel like this is kind of a bit cheaty, but like at the same time, it's just story mode characters. I don't want to be like have this account be completely like I'm constantly grinding free to play characters, like that are irrelevant. I mean, so I'm talking about these story mode units. That's gonna get a bit boring fast. So having this system to just get my dupes for these units a lot faster is going to be awesome. So it's not going to give me any raid characters, none of the good free to play characters. These are kind of the grunt characters that any player who's mid game or even just starting out is never going to use. But in my scenario, once again, this is a great quest that's going to give me a lot of useful characters that might allow me to actually clear some of the more easier raid bosses. So I completely forgot about this. Let's do a few pulls. Let's see what we get. So this is going to be the only pulls that we ever do. Hopefully we can get something decent. Maybe some good 2.5x captains that also give you some HP. Anything that's gonna... Honestly, any unit is fine right now. I just need units to actually have a variety of classes so I can actually make a full team of units. That is my main struggle at this point. Also, I don't know why it's taking so long. Come on, come on, come on. Also, I forgot my sound wasn't on, so sorry about the silence. But okay, first character here is Spider Monkey. He is a super rare 4-star character. No, he's actually 3-star. That's terrible. But I'm pretty sure he can evolve. Delays all enemies and slightly boosts slot effects for 1 turn. Now, in the last video, I told you about if they say it greatly boosts your slot effects, it's a 1.75x boost. If they say it just boosts your slot effects, it's a 1.5x. If they say slightly boosts, it means 1.2x. It's very bad. It's very mid. So this character, and also look, his cooldown is so high, you need 17 turns to get that horrible effect. As some sort of reference, the Golden Pound Usopp I was talking about earlier, that you can farm for a lot of resources and cola. He is a great character that used to be like top tier when the game came out, because he for one isn't a lot of cooldown. He's very easy to get, but he delays the enemy by 3 turns, so that's great for stalling on like the older bosses. Nowadays, if you wait 1 turn, the boss is gonna absolutely demolish you, give you all the debuffs. It's ridiculous. But for now, Golden Pound Usopp special is actually gonna be pretty solid. Bro, who are you, bruh? Neighboring characters. That's just another way of saying adjacent characters. The characters he's next to. But once again, a pretty terrible unit. But I'll take anything at this point. Dr. Indigo. I think this character is available in the character recruitment quest. Cuts crew's HP by 80%. Deals 6 times the HP lost in non-type damage. To one enemy or to all enemies, they don't say. I'm guessing it's to every enemy. And reduces damage taken by 80% for 1 turn. This is a very old character, so a lot of these old units, you're going to notice that they word the specials very weirdly. Like, they never say cuts damage taken anymore. They just say reduce damage taken. It's very interesting. He does have a support effect. This is a whole another system. One of the most helpful in the game. But this guy definitely has a terrible support. He boosts the character he supports his recovery based on how good his recovery is. Okay, we have a gold poster, Kaku. This is a good pull. This is actually such a nostalgic pull. This guy used to be so good. This guy used to be amazing back in the day. Here's a 1.5x. Amplify is another word they use for 1.5x. He gives an all boost of 1.5x for 2 turns. It is universal, which is the reason why he was so good back in the days. And also 2 turns was a lot of time that you can use to chip away the enemy. So I'm actually interested. I think he might be able to be used in some sort of content, which I'm very excited for. The Dan, she's a more recent story mode character, but also very old. You can see she does have special bind reduction. A lot of the older units don't have much utility because special bind was only a gimmick introduced after those units came out. She is a big HP booster. This is ridiculous. Most characters today only boost HP by like 1.2x, 1.3x, and for really good characters, 1.5x. So 1.75x, you can get a huge amount of HP with this unit, but at the cost of having absolutely no attack boost. So yeah, it's not good, but it's very interesting. Okay. Always okay. He's from Thriller Bark story mode, and he is a 2.25x if you're above a certain HP. That is not very good. You're gonna notice a theme here. I'm not gonna be saying that these characters are good. Some of them are actually very usable though. This one actually isn't too bad. He gives us recovery orbs for 3 of our units, and then also is going to delay the enemy. Come on, can we see someone decent? Stall Death. I usually know these characters' names, but not even this man. Then puts a character in a bind state. You see what I mean? It's so weirdly worded. So he puts character in a bind state for 3 turns. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, but if they say character in a special effect, like that just means themselves. So in this case, he's gonna change slots to Dex, Quick, and Int, starting from the upper left. But he's gonna put himself in bind for 3 turns. So it's a bit odd to understand when you are a new player. You might be thinking, what character are they talking about? They're just talking about themselves. Saldate, not very good. He doubles Chain Multiplier, very interesting captain effect. Once again, not very good though. And by doubles Chain Multiplier, they just mean that every perfect, instead of getting 0.3 into the chain, you get 0.6. So this is a very interesting character. This is very reminiscent of one of the oldest but best characters in the game, being Year 3 Luffy. After hitting 3 perfects, or I think it was actually 2 perfects, you get a 3x universal attack boosting captain, which is, back in the day, that was amazing. She's kind of a worse version of him. And then she also boosts damage dealt to enemies with a lower defense by 1.3x for 3 turns. Our first conditional attack booster, that's interesting. Well, technically, the Robin we got from our Pirate King Adventures tutorial is actually our first conditional attack booster, but she only does that once you upgrade her to her upgraded form. Okay, so he's gonna boost attack by 1.2x, whatever. Who's our last character? We got the Florian Triangle monsters here. Rock and Scotch. Halves damage taken. That's interesting. I honestly might even be able to use that. I didn't see his cooldown though. It's probably pretty terrible. What is all this? Those were not daily missions. Those were, I don't know what that was. Oh, I think that was the panel missions. Panel missions. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Either way, I'm just going to continue doing these multis. And then if I see anything remarkable, I'll be back with you guys. I made a mistake. I accidentally pulled on the other friend point banner where you just get free resources. It's so weird to see that I'm getting these boosters for the first time. I've probably gotten millions of them on my main account. Yeah, that's an exaggeration, but still, this is a sea pony being new is insane. We did get 2 boiled lobsters. That is extremely lucky. That is ridiculously lucky. That is actually an amazing pull. I never get that kind of luck on my main account. 2 boiled lobsters is a lot of XP. It's like 6.66 million. That is enough to max out a character to level 99 and then some. But I'm gonna go into the... Did it say that I don't have any more? That's weird. Before it said that I had enough to do 4 multis, unless I'm blind. But I only did 2 multis. Okay, interesting. Well, we got 1 multi worth of characters. That definitely was a mistake. I shouldn't have pulled on the wrong banner. Oh yeah, I forgot to favorite ores. So all these characters are going to be great, even though they're terrible units. They are definitely units that I can use on my account. I will actually level these guys up. It's a bit ridiculous to play with low-leveled units, especially when we've been given so many free boosters. 42 golden lobsters, 195 silver lobsters. So I told you a gold lobster is 3.33 million each. The silver ones are 333,000, and then the bronze ones are going to be only 33,000. So they just kind of become 10 times worse with each rarity going down. Okay, I'm gonna get these done. Also, these tomes here, if you don't know, these are abilities that you can add to your characters. If you go to edit crew here and go to active powers, these are the abilities available. The ones on the left are the only good ones. The ones on the right are irrelevant. Don't worry about them. Give these 5 abilities to your units when you're feeding those socket items, and if you can get them maxed, then it gives you a lot of amazing effects. So reducing bind by 3 turns whenever you inflicted with it is amazing. Always using content. Same with despair. I told you how good cooldown is, so this is also really nice to have. Healing, auto heal. I told you about the zombie teams. Every turn you heal a certain amount based on how high the level is. It says 24 here. It means that you need the total amount of those sockets for your entire crew. This includes your friend captain. Needs to have 24 auto heal ones. You can get up to a max of 5 on each character. So that is definitely the most requirement heavy ability, but you need 24. The rest of these only need 20. A damage reduction is also pretty nice, and it only requires 15 sockets. So that's about it for sockets. It's a very helpful system. Okay, I'm gonna level up these units and I'll be back. Also, I think I'm gonna set the intention to just today we are just gonna get Laboon, the best ship in the game, unlocked and max them out. I can explain the ships a teeny bit more in depth, and then I think we should end off the episode. Maybe I should do some story mode as well, get some of those characters unlocked, because there are some decent units I can get from there. Well, not decent units, but in my scenario, yes, they are decent characters. Also, the first mission that we have is actually clear Alvida's hideout, which is the first story mode island. And a lot of missions are locked behind that, so I'm gonna first do that because I'm pretty sure a lot of the powering up missions are going to be right next. So I'm first gonna do this. Alvida, by the way, is also pretty solid. She reduces damage by 50% for 3 turns, if I remember correctly. She was an amazing character for that. Just a great unit to run on the strength team under. Okay, so her 3-star form is only a terrible special, but when you evolve her, she does become, I think, either 50 or 40% damage reduction for 3 turns, which is really nice to run on strength teams. From what I remember, the most common team she was run under is with this Luffy as the captain. Obviously, evolved Luffy, where he becomes a 2.5x strength captain. So I might actually run that team for good old time's sake. One thing that just came to my mind as well is that we can actually take a look at how to create a pirate alliance. This is something that I actually haven't done before, but I'm pretty sure it's an easy way to do it. I don't want to join or like guilt trip someone to allowing me to join the alliance, because obviously with this account there's not much I can do on team events. So I'm rather just gonna make my own alliance, see if any other new players are wanting to join, and maybe we can get a few tiny rewards, maybe clear like the easiest difficulty of Kizuna Clash a few times, get that rank to somewhat being reward worthy. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm very excited to see how we can do in events. Kizuna's gonna be coming around next week Wednesday, so if I can make an alliance before then, that's gonna be great. I think you do have to get to a certain pirate level before then though. Also, all these grand mobs I am gonna keep, by the way. I am gonna keep these guys. They do slow down your device a teeny bit, but at the end of the day, I just want every single free-to-play character. Oh, and we have more friend points, so we can do another multi. Awesome. But yeah, you can see these missions are very, very easy. Yeah, there is a power-up mission to power up characters, so I can get that done now. Clear an evolver quest. These are very easy. You can clear that with literally just the 3-star Luffy you get at the start. With no crewmates, you can probably still clear that event. Clear quest with 6 crew members. Yeah, you can see these are very easy. And then the Pirate XP Quest 1, there's I think 5 of these quests. They give you a huge amount of XP. Do not do them before getting the host ship though. Like, please don't. If you have Jack, Marco, or Momonosuke, or even if you don't have them, use the maxed out free Luffy you get from the Pirate King Adventures tutorial. Max him out, and then only clear the quest after that, and you have Luffy as double captains. Not even run a friend captain Marco or Momonosuke. Find someone on the OPTC community who has a Marco, Jack, or Momonosuke. Ideally not Jack, because Jack is a teeny bit less XP. Run the maxed out free to play Sai Luffy as your captain with his 1.5x XP boosting captain. and then clear the quest with the host ship at level 12 mod, because yes, the host ship becomes even a better ship in terms of its XP boosting abilities once you max it out completely. So really just hold off on this quest for now. Do not touch this quest. Me personally, I all I have to do is max out the host ship, because as I said, I cannot use any friend captains from other people. I can't use any Jack or Momo or anything friend captains. All I have is double Law with his 1.2x minuscule XP boosting captain. So I'll run double Law with level 12 host ship for 2x pirate XP, and then I'll clear these quests. Now I might do the first one because I do need to get to level 50 to actually unlock the host ship. But at the end of the day, I might even hold off on that. I can just clear the Golden Pound Usopp a lot and I will get there anyways. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, I sent a friend request there, but I'm going to remove him from my friend list if he actually accepts. I'm not allowed any friends on this series. It's too much of a handicap. I'm sorry. I mean, it's too much of it makes things too easy. Now I did say that this Law is going to be very important since he's our only XP boosting captain for now. For now, there is another one. There's another one. But I am going to be giving him sockets since I will be using him for a very long time. So I'm going to give him these. Damage reduction, I'm really not too concerned about. The rest of these are going to be very important for us as a new player though. Honestly, special charge time. As I said, we will be doing a lot of stalling. The quest will take a long time to clear. So honestly, it might be a bit smart to choose damage reduction in that case. But I'm just used to using those for if a unit only has 4 abilities, if you know what I mean. So let's continue with the leveling up. I'm making good progress. All these characters are starting to look a bit more clean and usable. And then we can actually take a look at some content. And I might actually make a very weak team. While we're down here, might as well try and make a team using this Luffy as a captain and see how much content we can clear. Also, I think we have a bit more of a cleaner title here. I don't have enough characters. Great. Wait a second. Why is there a dumb character limit? Please tell me. That looks a bit more clean, I think. Super free-to-play crew. We actually get a mission reward for doing that. Okay, we have ink pens. Not that any old characters have ink effects, but okay. Panel missions is another thing I already forgot about. I mean, you get a free... This character is insane. You get this guy for free. I completely forgot about that. Change your home crew. That is a very easy mission for a lot of cola. I will do that. I definitely will. I'm gonna put the Florian Triangle monsters here. And we're gonna get 5,000 free cola from doing that. Wow, okay. That is very solid. That's gonna help us get our host ship max. So if you are starting a new account, make sure to change your home crew. That's gonna give you the cola you need to max out your host ship and get the better XP boosting multipliers. Anyways, I did get an extra multi of friend point pools, as you saw there in the from clearing Alvida's quest. So I'm actually gonna do another one. We're already addicted to friend point pools. We're gonna get a lot of friend points from doing all the new missions, so I'm very excited to do all these multis. We will be getting a lot of dupes of characters, of course, and that will go towards level them up break, which is basically increasing the max level of a character from level 99 up until level 150 if you give them 9 duplicate or feed 9 duplicate characters into them. Now that takes a huge amount of XP. Yeah, it's gonna be insane. A normal character from level 1 to 99 takes 5 million XP. From level 1 to level 150 is 155 million XP. That is, I think, about 415 time turtles, which I told you before were like the best way to level up characters, and it still takes 415 of those to max out one character. So I'm going to be very selective when it comes to choosing who to max out. Dr. Hero, look, I didn't see what he did. This Lucci is the counterpart to the Kaku that I got before. He's not as good. I think if I evolve him, though, he becomes a 2x attack and HP, so I think he might be usable. But from what I'm seeing, he's pretty terrible. Hyogoro, no, that's not his name. Yozo. Catches HP by half, deals major non-type damage. Slasher, a 3x. Oh, but then he goes off every turn, so he's pretty terrible. He's kind of similar to the Arlong pirate ship, the Shark Superb. If you are someone who knows what ship I'm talking about, he's kind of similar to that. Either way, I couldn't even use him if I wanted to. He's a 3x captain, and even is a terrible. He's a terrible captain. I swear he's gonna like. By the final stage, he's probably gonna be a 1x captain ability. It's terrible. Block orbs to empty. What kind of ability is that? Okay, we got Nezumi. I remember this guy's name. He's kind of similar to that other marine officer I got before. That's 3 stars. We got Nola. I think that's the name. Yeah, Nola. Doubles recovery for once, and that is very interesting. No one does that nowadays. Like, that is very rare. It's a very rare buff. Randolph. He's another cooldown reducer. What's with all the minks being cooldown reducers? Dogstorm and Cat Viper also has a lot of characters that reduce cooldown significantly. I guess it's because they can turn Sulong. I don't know. We already got that's our first duplicate in One Piece Treasure Cruise. We got a duplicate of Dr. Indigo. Very anticlimactic, but okay. And this is another unit with a support effect. Cuts cruise HP by 80%. He deals damage based on the amount of HP lost. And he is a 90% damage reducer for 1 turn. If you didn't take away all of our HP, that would have actually been really good. 90%. That can survive like a very substantial hit. Not a death hit. I was about to say he could tank a death hit, but probably not. 90% damage reduction is not enough. Because I mean, death hits are like 1 million damage. You can't survive that even with 90%. Enough rambling though. I'm going to get these characters maxed out. We can get our first dupe fed into Dr. Indigo, raising his max level from 99 to 105. I didn't see, but these guys are also a dupe. I didn't think that I should have a level number break, but I'll take it. Level 99, when you have a max level above that, looks very ugly. So if you are someone who is not going to level up all these characters to level 150, you might just want to level them up to level 100 so they look a teeny bit better. So, I mean, look here, level 99, it just doesn't look nice with the white text. And then also the Indigo, I'm just going to level these guys up to 105. You can see how it changes, it becomes red, which looks so much better. But it uses so many turtles, or lobsters, I mean. Also, one thing I hate is that since the amount of XP that these lobsters give is only 333,333, you always are like 2 XP short when you are leveling these guys to max. So you have to use a whole nother booster just for like 2 XP, or you can like feed an evolver, I guess. But like, can't they just make these like 350,000 instead of 333,333? It's so stupid because it never works out. Anyways, rant over. But as you can see, the Indigo has a red text for his level now, which looks much better. Honestly, I just prefer how it looks like regularly with the level 99 max. But I guess it doesn't matter. Let's get into the real content now that I've finished leveling up these guys. It took me quite a while, but it's definitely going to be worth it. The stat increase is substantial, but as you can see, that to feed that extra booster, even though I only needed like 20,000 XP, it's ridiculous. And that's still like not even that bad. Most of the times it's only like 3 XP short. It's ridiculous. But what we are going to be doing now is I want to talk about the panel missions. This is still a beginner series, as I said in the last video. So if you are someone who's starting off the game, the panel missions are very new, and so are the modifications on ships. As I told you before, definitely go and change your home crew. That 5,000 cola is going to be invaluable. But overall, just clear these, especially this one, and especially this one. You get a amazing starter team for a Power Rumble, which is just a game mode which is player versus player, where you have very different character abilities compared to what they are in regular content. So some characters can have really bad abilities in normal content, but in Power Rumble they are amazing. vice versa as well. So there is a lot of different teams in Power Rumble, but they straight up just give you a full team of maxed out characters for clearing this one, which is ridiculous. This is like really good. All you have to do is clear very easy Rumble matches, which is against the bot, the computer. It starts off very easy and goes a bit harder. So obviously you need somewhat of a starting team by yourself. But honestly, if you do pools, then you should be fine. For me though, I'm a bit scared. I mean, I can't use these guys anyways, right? Because these are pullable units. I have to sell them. But if you are a beginner, this is a crucial thing that you need to get done. The second you unlock Pirate Rumble, which means that you need to get to Pirate level 120. Clear the single matches, which was the matches against the bots that are starting off very easy. They get a teeny bit harder, but still not too hard. You get a solid, really good starting off team, starter Pirate Rumble team of Psy units, yellow characters. You also get all the limit break materials you need and cotton candy to max them out completely. Stats are very important in Power Rumble, so maxing them out is essential, which is why they give you all the resources you need. Now for me, I will take the resources and I'll sell off the characters, which is gonna hurt because these characters come out like with max level, max sockets. They are very much usable straight up when you get them. But you do get a few added resources like level limit break materials and cotton candy to increase their stats. I will keep them. I will sell off the Rumble units, but as a beginner, you should definitely do that. Also, definitely get this Luffy from completing these very easy missions. It's just super easy, and this unit can carry you through a lot of content. He's a 5x attack boosting captain. He reduces despair by like 10 turns in his special. He has a 3.25x orb boost. He boosts dex units, fighter class units, free spirit class units. He is ridiculous. And the fact that you get him completely max, by the way, you get him completely max when you complete these missions. When he came out, he had this very useful ability called the Super Tandem, which basically required whales to pull 5 versions of this character to max him out completely. While now beginners can just get him like super easily completely maxed out with that ability that requires 5 duplicates. You just get him completely maxed. So yeah, they definitely have improved the beginner experience since the last time I made a beginner's guide. So I'm definitely going to emphasize this in my proper beginner guide, which is just going to be one big video. This Vivia, you might be wondering why I'm neglecting her. She is still great. She can work well with this Luffy, but she's not as good. The missions are also a lot more difficult since you actually need to participate in all of the game modes. Co-op, Power Rumble, Kizuna Clash, and Treasure Map, and Parking Adventures. You also need to clear a bit of story mode. So it's not too bad, but the missions are very easy, but they just require you to participate in every event. This one though is just very easy. There's nothing here that's difficult. I mean, Parking Adventures level 10 is super easy. You start off at level 40 and you can clear that very easily. Anyways, rant over. Let's get into a bit of Golden Pound Usopp farming. But I told you guys I was gonna make a bit of a meme team using the OG Luffy before I finally evolve him. Let me actually do this on a separate team. Let me see if I can clear quests with the bandits. Luffy is a universal captain, so he does boost all these guys. But these guys are pretty terrible. Let's put on this unit. Puddin. He changes the neighboring slots to recovery. So all these guys have pretty horrendous stats. Only like 50 attack. Puddin is actually stronger than most of the bandits there, which is kind of cool. But I'm gonna actually try and take on the Evolver quest because we do need to get some missions done for that. I think I'll be able to beat it with this team, but I'm not too sure. These quests are very old. They came out when the game came out, kind of thing. They haven't changed or updated since then. So let's use this team. We also have a ship that gives us 0 attack boost, so I'm very interested, even though the turtles are literally the weakest mobs in the game. Can we still kill them? I'm very interested to see what our HP value is going to be. Probably like 1000 only. 2146. Okay, this is the first time I'm using this character in ever. He actually can break through the sea, I mean, I don't know what they call seahorses. They can break through the defense, which is awesome. We also have recovery orbs. Luffy is so strong that he just instantly breaks through the defense though, which is awesome. These guys are very weak though. Even with perfects, they don't die. Now this mob here is a bit stronger, but with a matching orb on Luffy, easily killed, even without the matching orb. Bad orb on that guy is not the greatest, 37 damage. I mean, against this quest, this team is pretty OP, but like in any other content, they would completely die. I don't think they could clear the Golden Pine Usopp event or any of those events with the character recruitments. Definitely not. Those quests are very easy, but you need somewhat of a team. This is not somewhat of a team. Definitely not. We have quite a few matching orbs though. Good RNG. 4 strength orbs. Now, quite a few mobs here. I'm kind of scared of this, but we should be able to pull through with the matching orbs. Can we get a one-turn kill? Come on. Yes! One-turn kill. No stall. Well, I think if we took damage there, we might have actually died. Now the Elder, this is the big boss guy. He has quite a high defense compared to the rest of these guys. And I think if he attacks me, I'm screwed. I'm actually going to take one. I'm going to see, will I survive one hit? Okay, he's very weak. He only does 300 damage. We can heal that back very easily. So maybe I overestimated this quest. These guys are very weak. But let's take it into the next quest, which is the crabs. Crabs are a lot more tough because they actually have good defense compared to these ponies. We also get some leveling up, which is awesome. And we get our first Alder Seahorse. So these guys are great. They level up legendary units as well as like very limited characters. We do actually get 10 copies of Nami. Is this my first copy of her? No, I already have her. But I can feed her into my already existing Nami for sockets and level them a break. Now, I'm not going to max those guys to 150 just yet. I will probably do that in the future. Luckily, they are the same type that drop from the Golden Pine Usopp event. Both are Sai, yellow. So a lot easier to do. Now, I'm a bit scared of this one. This is definitely the hardest quest of these high missions. Or of the Evolver quests. The lobsters are even tougher than the crabs. The lobsters have ridiculous defense. I think the only way of us killing them is by just beating them down continuously over multiple turns. Because they have really high defense. Now we're starting off with the sea tortoises, or whatever they're called. I think they're called hermits. I haven't used these guys in a long time. But they are very easy. The crab, look at that guy's HP. But he does have really high defense. As you can see, we are only dealing the damage that like 10 damage per hit. It's ridiculous. If you don't break through defense, by the way, you can see that each character has a combo. This is how many combos or how many times that they attack the enemy. So 6 combo from Luffy. His attack animation is a lot longer because of that. But if you don't break through the enemy's defense, that's literally all the damage you do. But once you break through the defense, then you can start dealing real damage with your actual attack stat. Of course, if you have a higher attack, you can break through the defense easier. But yeah, I'm definitely not breaking through this guy's defense. The only way is to break him down with the combo. The way I explained it makes it sound a lot more complicated than it actually is. It's really not that deep. If the enemy has the defense up blue shield buff, then you need to remove that. Otherwise, you are going to be dealing no damage. It makes it almost impossible to get through their defense, and you just deal absolutely trash damage. I'm pretty sure I was able to break through the crab's defense, but I guess not even. I just had to take very slow. And I think I'm actually very curious, is he gonna kill me? If I take a hit from this guy, will he kill me off? Come on, come on, come on. That is a lot of damage. If I take another 2 hits from him, I am gone. Actually, do you want to stall here? I want to see what Luffy's special is able to do against the final boss. I mean, we are against the strength quest. If we were against the Dex one, then Luffy's special would have actually had type advantage, and we might have actually been able to kill. There is the rainbow crabs, so these guys are a bit more rare, and I'm pretty sure they also have higher defense. Oh, yeah, that is a huge... They have a lot of HP. Even with using all of my units, I have to probably take like 4 turns to kill him off. I think I might actually die here. Like, guys, I think I might be screwed. I think if I take off the lobster, I might be able to survive. There's no way I'm going to lose against an Evolver quest, bro. There's no shot. There's no shot. Okay, come on. If I can kill this guy off... I think the crab might kill me, though. He has a very high attack, I'm pretty sure. Compared to the lobster, he should have more. Do I have any auto? I don't have any auto heal. Okay, we survived. That was very tight. That was very tight. This team is weaker than that was available on day 1 of the game, actually. Like, most teams when the game started were stronger than this. It's a very weak team. I made it intentionally, though. I was just very curious to see if I could survive these quests even with such a terrible team. Okay, Luffy, this is our first special animation we're going to be seeing. Gum Gum Pistol. Even back in 2015, the animations weren't terrible. Like, if you take a look at Dokkan Battle, the animations and the artworks weren't the best. I mean, Treasure Cruise, they weren't very detailed, but they still were pretty solid. Like, in terms of how well they were drawn. But I think we should be fine here. 3 turns to kill off the guy. I'll be back for some real teams with against an actual quest. I'm going to try and attempt Golden Pound Usopp. I kind of regret actually leveling up my characters here, because I want to actually make a zombie team using this Nami who heals every turn. I don't have enough auto heal right now to actually give me the 1000. So I'm relying on a captain that's going to give me HP. And then Brook. But the HP is too high. It's like 2,700, 2,500. If you add it up, that's like 5k HP we're going to have. Nami will only heal 1,500 every turn. So it's definitely not going to be enough. If our units were level 1, it might have actually worked. But I'm a bit sad about that. Okay, I need to find another character. Because this guy here, he also heals. But once again, the HP is too much with Brook. They made these stride characters way too strong. Guys, I might have found a character. Yozo, I was talking about him earlier. He's a 3x captain. Oh, and I can't use 3x captains. Oh my days. I was gonna say he reduces HP after every turn. So that could have actually gotten us to a really low HP stat, in which case auto heal at level 2 might have actually been enough. But I can't use him if he's a 3x captain. Oh my days. I can't go against my own rule. I can't. Okay, so I decided I'm going to actually use a strength team against Golden Pound Usopp. Or I'm going to try anyways. So I'm going to actually evolve my base Luffy, the strength one we got at the start of the tutorial. But I first want to get this Alvida before we attempt anything. We actually get 10 Aremba gems for clearing that, so that's awesome. And Cabin Boy Kobe, this guy was the ultimate meme back in the day. God Boy Kobe. He is actually a healer, which is something I kind of need. But his healing is terrible. 2x. And he has horrible stats. He might be a bit better when he evolves though. And we got a Daimyo Turtle. You never see these guys nowadays. Because even the Elder Turtles are terrible, which are the rarity above them. Challenge quest though, I didn't get Alvida. Which means that this is my only chance. It is not guaranteed still here, but it is a much more difficult quest compared to the normal one. So I'm going to actually make a team and see if we can actually win this quest. So I think to take on this quest, I'm actually going to evolve my base Luffy into the 4-star form. Now this is gonna make him a mono strength captain. He was universal in his 3-star form, so it kind of is a downgrade, but his multipliers become much more usable from 1.5x I think to 2x. And we also get Usopp copies, which is awesome. I don't know why the animation pops. I'm pretty sure I already have him. I don't think I have his 4-star form though, which is why that is counted as new. We have even more missions here, a lot of missions, just leveling up characters and completing the pirate XP quests. Now let's take a look at what his captain is. I can't remember, it's been so many years since I used him. He is still a 1.5x universal, he just becomes a bit better stats. That's about it. He also has a support ability, surprisingly. He is an attack booster. And he does have limit break at this point, which is very interesting. You wouldn't think that would happen. He's only 4-star. I'm gonna level him up, get him to 5-star form, and hopefully he's a teeny bit better. Oh, I don't even have enough evolving materials to actually get him to 5-star form. But as you can see here, he does become mono strength, but he does become a 2x attack booster for strength units only. I used to think that he was also giving an HP boost of 2x, but I'm getting him confused with the Zoro. Zoro, you get him from the next story mode island against the Charlestown. But he evolves into 5-star form, the Ashura Zoro, of course, from Enies Lobby, and he is a 2x Dex attack booster, but also 2x HP, so he's much better than the Luffy, because he also gives a huge HP boost that makes him usable in content. But I'm gonna hopefully get this mission done. It is challenge. I'll see if we can get to the final stage and kill off Alvida. Also, is it just me, or but this crocodile's attacking animation is mad weird. Like no unit in OPTC has animation like that. I mean, it's unique. It's just a bit funny. But Alvida here, stage 1 is actually quite close. I barely killed off the Alvida and Kobe. Let's see if we can kill off Alvida here. I did decide to use Law as the captain instead. I don't think I'd be able to do it with the 1.5x from Luffy himself. I did drop Dr. Indigo, my level 105 unit on the team. So I'm hoping that we can actually kill off Alvida here. It's just Alvida, there's no Kobe. We do have quite a bit of HP compared to other quests. We have 10k. She does have attack boost and she's going to attack every turn. So I think we could be screwed. We're doing no damage. We're doing absolutely nothing. Okay, we're making some headway. Yikes. Okay, 3k isn't too bad. I can handle it. Type disadvantage with Dr. Indigo, but we still get the win. No specials. Our law was actually almost ready. He was at 1 turn remaining. Not a bad start. So usually the challenge missions actually going to be quite difficult, especially going up. They do scale very quickly in terms of difficulty. I remember on my previous free-to-play series, I did get to like the Enies Lobby one, and it was very difficult to clear those. Hopefully it's not as difficult this time. I think we might only be able to do some of them once we unlock 3x captains, but we'll have to see once we actually get those. More evolvers is always nice to see. As you could see there before, I couldn't evolve my Luffy even. I'm going to do this a few more times. Hopefully I can get Alvida finally. The first bit of grind has begun. Well, let's see how many times it takes. Oh, the very next run. Okay, so it seems like it's a pretty good chance, like probably like 70% chance of getting Alvida. But I'm an evolver, and then we can finally finish the video. We're going to get into Golden Pound Usopp, which I definitely think will be a bit harder than this challenge mission, but we can see in a moment. Okay, so the enemy is Sai, so I do want to run. I would want to run a full strength team since I did get the Alvida, and I evolved the Luffy to his gear 2nd form. But if he is Sai, I'd rather use 4 int units and then some of my best strength characters. So let's see how this goes. Once again, we do not have any ship. We are running a 2.25x attack boosting captain with the pirate XP boost. Okay, so the animations are a lot better for the tap timing, in my opinion, for Luffy. Just take a look here. It's much more clean. It's very unique compared to a lot of the animations these days. Everything feels kind of the same. But these mobs at the start shouldn't be a problem. As you can see on this side here, we have a lot of tons of cooldown remaining for most of these units. Law is max cooldown, like max special I mean, so his special is a lot quicker to get fully charged, which is awesome. It doesn't do much though, it just swaps orbs and randomizes them, so it doesn't exactly guarantee you anything, but it is decent if you have terrible orbs. This Haimia should have a huge amount of defense, so we're just gonna have to combo hit it to death through ignoring the defense, of course. So that's another reason why this quest is amazing. Those Heims are guaranteed to drop every single run. And Akuro and Kaya are actually kind of tanky. They're not too big of a deal, but Usopp should be quite the tank. Definitely a lot tankier than Alvida, but there's literally like no gimmicks. This is the first time we are getting bind though, but it isn't too relevant. It just blocks one of our characters. It doesn't bind our captains or anything. But yeah, Usopp is very tanky. We're gonna have to take 2 hits or 2 kills or 2 turns to kill off Usopp. It does do a bit of damage, but nothing too serious. I will rather use the Straw Hats, the side team, as my subs here, so that I can get a bit easier to kill off the enemy. But overall, I think that's a pretty solid progress that we've made today. Got a ton of new free-to-play characters. Got some leeway with the or made some headway with the Chopper Man missions, both the panel missions. As you can see, we have 141 rainbow gems. Not a huge increase from the start of the video, only about 20. But we haven't really finished the rookie Chopper Man missions. As I said, I do want to save those quests for when I do have the host ship maxed. So I did want to get the Golden Pound Usopp quest done at least one run today, because I will be farming his copies in between videos. Of course, that is going to be quite boring. I don't want to be showing you guys that. But we do get some more turtles here. Once at the start of the next video, I will be buying the host ship, clearing the quest, getting some resources, and then we can go and actually clear the rookie Chopper Man missions. Hopefully get some more characters, maybe take on our first raid boss. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.